Bah, we've gone a weep need bong, fellow addicts. This is not the Transformers addict. This is Cybergraptor, the co-admin, the right-hand man, the other guy. It's me, and I'm making a little podcast here. Well, no, sorry, not a little podcast. I guess not even TFTC either. It's a thing. It's a it's a live thing, live action thing, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and give you some news. Some going on. Some new things been going on recently with Transformers, and with this channel being all about the Transformers, I'm going to go ahead and give you what's new and what's hip hop happening in the franchise. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start off with a few things first. Since starting off here, and not many people are going to be popping up here anytime, I'm going to go ahead and start the new things here with the comics. What's going on in the comics in the Transformers franchise? Michael, well, first of all, Michael, he would have been with me. The actual Transformers addict. But unfortunately, something happened to his eye or something like that. He either just doesn't feel good, something with his eye, and he will not be able to make it with me. It was supposed to be a full-on double review for Titans Returns, but it looks like it's just gonna be me today, folks. Hold on a minute, I'm feeling all gassy. Oh, never mind, it's gone. Weird. Alrighty, so like I was gonna say, I'm gonna go ahead and well, first let me go ahead and check the chat before I jump in here full on. I'm gonna make sure if we're even going here. Who knows? I could be talking to nothing. All right, good. People are here. Good. Yay. All right. So we got here someone named Arc 5024. Nice to see you. And a guy here he wants me to call Marvelous Prime. His name is WW Fan 101. I gotta keep that in mind. All right. Welcome to the podcast, guys. I keep saying podcast. I guess it technically is, huh? Anyway, so let me go ahead and start some news for the Transformers in the comics. Now, for what going on in the comics right now is the Transformers versus the Visionaries. That is the new comic that just came out this past month, either the end of December or the beginning of January. And it's all about the ending of Transformers. Sorry, not Transformers. What is it? It's the IDW comic that happened. It's like the Avengers 2 of all those Hasbro comics. I keep saying Lost Light, but it's not the Lost Light. What's it called? First Strike. The ending of First Strike. So in the end of First Strike, so some humans went to the core Cybertron trying to blow it up. A lot of human villains from Hasbro companies like G.I. Joe, I guess Cobra, and it's weird. Like G.I. Joe, the commander of G.I. Joe himself tried to blow him up because, the Transformers are dangerous. You must blow it up. And they went down to the core of Cybertron, and they tried to blow it up with a bunch of villains, but the Autobots came in and saved the day, along with some human heroes like G.I. Joe. And in the end, turns out one of the villains was Merklin from the Visionaries, which is an 80s toy line / cartoon that came out. It was all about these knights who had these animal pictures on their armor, and they would turn to those animals, and also they would carry weapons that have a picture of an animal on them, and then they would also come out. It was a really weird show, really weird concept. It was the 80s, so what can we say? And so it turns out Merklin, who is the leader of the Visionaries, he reveals himself and it's like, this whole reason why we came down here to the core of Cybertron is to bring my old homeworld back. Here, Pyros or Primos or something like that. So the Visionaries have returned. There are these think of like Thor or Loki, but Hasbro-fied. And so this comic right now just came out, Transformers version of the Visionaries. It starts off right where it ended off. So where First Strike ended, the Visionaries picks up. So the Autobots are now kind of keeping an eye on this tiny city that's now in the core of Cybertron. And we are introduced to a lot of characters from the Visionaries, a lot of Visionary Knights. They're called the good guys. The Autobot group are called the Spectral Knights, and the Decepticon group, like the bad guys of the Visionaries, are called the Darkling Lords. Once again, very 80s. And the Autobots are kind of keeping an eye on them. Turns out that magic destroys them. There's a part where Breakdown, Transformers Prime Breakdown, pretty much, he touches some magic goop, and his arm just starts rusting and it falls off. And so, the Darkling Lords find this out, and so they realize that Cybertronians are completely worthless. They are weak to magic, and it ends with a pretty big spoiler. If you don't want to get spoiled, I don't know. I guess what? No, I'm gonna show the spoiler anyway. If you don't want to get spoiled, wait 1 minute, or maybe 2 minutes just to be safe. I'm gonna go ahead and show off a spoiler here. They kill off a very important character in the comics. The screen share here. Hey, screen share. Whoa. Okay. They kill the character. Cup. This is the last issue here, the last page. The Darkling Lord, whoever's ruling the Darkling Lords, I forgot her name. Sorry, I'm still learning these names. I'm not gonna waste your time trying to look her up. But she goes ahead and stabs Cup with magic spear, and he turns to dust and he dies. Cup's been in the comics for a long time. He's gone through so many things. Cup has gone through, he's been stranded on a planet. He killed his friend, stranded on a planet because he was, energon, hungry. They brought him back. They gave him the cigar. This comic started the whole holding a cigar in his mouth kind of thing. That started the whole thing. He was there in All Hail Megatron. He was there for a lot of things. He was he fought against a zombie lady in this weird infestation crossover comic, and he died. Went to Dead Universe, came back. He's gone through a lot of stuff. It's a lot of good comics, and so he's finally dead. So that's crazy stuff. I'm trying to think what else is happening in the comics. That's all that's happening right now for the Visionaries. Also in the comics, there's another big one in IDW called Tulara 1. This is a very political comic. It's all about Starscream, Ileana 1, and Windblade, who are all kind of like these representatives of their planets. Starscream represents Cybertron, Ileana 1 represents a ship called Carcer, and Windblade represents Caminus. And this is a really big issue that happened once again last month. I believe Michael TFA, he actually talked about this in his what's going on with the Addict video. But so I'll just recap if you didn't see that video. Is that in this comic, which is going on, so in the comics, Starscream is the ruler of Cybertron. He's been ruling for. I looked this up just recently. He started ruling in the comics at the end of 2013. So, all the way to 14, 15, 16, 17 for almost 4 years. Wait, am I right here? Hold on. Wait, hold on. 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, 4 years. So they're having a kind of a retrial, a re-election for leader Cybertron. And Windblade wins the re-election. So after 4 years of Starscream being on Cybertron, he loses. He would have won. He had actually great plans for Cybertron, but people kind of learned about he stayed in charge because he did some really shady shit, a lot of shady things. He killed a lot of people on the sidelines because he's Starscream. He's conniving, he's sneaky, and he would do anything to get what he wants. And Starscream, being a real a macho man here, he's growing up as a character. He actually So Windblade was going to tell him, "Hey, I'm going to reveal everyone you're a liar to the whole world in my election. I'm going to show you off." So Starscream, being the bigger man, he confesses all his backline dealing shady stuff to everyone during the election. He's like, "Hey, I'm just going to tell you right now, I want to run for Cybertron, but I'm not going to lie. I've done this. I killed this guy. I've immensely disrupted this guy. I destroyed this city. I blew up this part of Cybertron. Anything that bad happened, I did it. It's my fault. I'm sorry, but I still want to rule." Obviously, Cybertron's kind of whoa, that's kind of messed up. Windblade wins. So Windblade is now the ruler of Cybertron. She's even changed it to where she's called the first delegate. She's not the leader. So that's cool having right now in the comics. So there's that for Cybertron. That's what's really important. I'm trying to think, because there's 3 issues, three big issues. There's Tulara 1. Foreshadowing is a big deal in the comics, and he's just now showing up with Optimus Primal, which obviously because of the toys nowadays. I'm trying. Lost Light was also, which is a great series. Of all 3 comics, of all Transformer comics in general, the Lost Light / More Than Meets the Eyes is a great comic series. If you have not read it, go to More Than Meets the Eyes issue 1. It's a great read. Viewcomic.com. You can read comics for free. Go straight to the beginning. It's a great comic. But yeah, that's going on with the comics right now. That's the big deal thing here. Let's go ahead and see what's going on in the chat. If we have anyone in the chat here. Let's see here. Let me just stop screen sharing here. Stop. So in the chat here, we got Yep. So nothing big here. Is TFA okay? Yeah, he's okay. He just has like some weird like eye problem. He's not like dying. Uh, see here we got some other guy here. Emosaurus 66. Nice to see you. But he won't be telling a war story about that. Yeah, that's right, huh? For Cup's death, yeah, no war stories anymore because he's kind of dead. Already, that's the chat's not really live, but hey, I'm not TFA, so no one goes to see me anyway. That's fair. Alrighty, so next onto the list, I'm going to go on to talk about what's happening in the cartoons world in the Transformers franchise. So right now, for Transformers with the cartoons, we have when it comes to news, remember that Transformers Cyberverse is still a big thing. I'll just go ahead and start my screen sharing again here. Screen share. Oh yeah. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah. Alrighty, so yeah, Transformers Cyberverse. We were talking about this a couple of TFTCs ago. It's a big thing about Bumblebee is on a great mission, but he can't remember what it is, and he uses his best friend Windblade to help him out. Something like that. It's really very childish. Like it's very like for sure. Like this is targeted for like kids of like 10 or up. So they just revealed that the show's coming out, and with the show, so it's kind of a description here. It's pretty much the same description that we were just talking about. Like, doesn't remember his mission. He has to go through every episode trying to remember stuff. The targeted adults here. Let's stop. All right, get here. What is this stuff? All right. So it says here for the targeted adult audience is age 6 to 11. Kind of like RID. Like I believe Prime was a little bit older, but that makes sense for this show to be like that. It's gonna be in 2018, obviously. Here we are in 2018. It's gonna be. Here's a big thing though, that it's gonna be 18 episodes and 11 minutes long. That is a big changer because all Transformers shows always been about 20 minutes long. It's been the classic go-to Transform. I guess for Transformers is the go-to classic like episode time length. But for it to be 11 episodes on TV is a big thing. A lot of cartoons now are doing it. I believe like shows like Steven Universe, which is a great show, a great example of an 11-minute show that can be good. Trying to think of other shows. Teen Titans Go, which is taking over Cartoon Network. They just released like the movie trailer today. Oh, terrible. So that's also 11 minutes long. Like so nowadays shows are going not instead of 30 minutes long for 2 episodes, it's now going into just 1 episode, 11 minutes. So there's that new. I noticed that it says Transformers Cyberverse Chapter 1. I don't know if that is the show. The show is called Chapter 1, or if the season is just called Chapter 1. But there's that for us. In this season, for sure, is going to have 18 episodes. So I'm guessing Chapter 1 of the season, they're just going to show 18 episodes here. Which, hey, if this doesn't pick up, I don't mind. This doesn't look like a big show. Like the last big show is Prime. And nothing can beat that yet. Maybe unless you really love Beast Wars or Animated. Those are also 2 great shows. But there's that for Cyberverse. It's that's coming up soon. We don't know when it's coming out specifically. It could be early 2018. It could be late 2018. I saw a rumor someone were believing that someone thought it's gonna be coming out in the fall of 2018. They could be right, could be wrong. I believe fall's a little bit like late for the game, but then again, we're getting the Bumblebee movie way in December, like the last week of this year. God, it's gonna be a long wait, huh? Anyway, so there's that coming for us. And the other show coming out here, let's see if I can just go right to it. Yeah, the other show here is Transformers Rescue Bots Academy, which I'm not a big guy in Rescue Bots. I'm just talking about it just so I can give out some news. Like as you can see, it's just it's Transformers Rescue Bots. It's you have these characters here. I'm guessing I don't watch Rescue Bots, so I'm guessing no one dies. So from what my guess is that it's because usually Rescue Bots are the main 4 dudes. There's the fire truck, the cop car, the boulder, and the bulldozer and the helicopter guy. So there's always those main guys, and then like other bots show up left and right. Optimus Prime, Bumblebee show up a few times. So this one I'm guessing is gonna be following these 5 new like recruits. These it's an academy, so it's a school for learning how to be a rescue bot. Gay, sorry. I mean that's cool, I guess. So as you can see here, we got these 5 new characters from left to right. We like the side characters here. We got Hoist, who is obviously based off his G1 counterpart, kind of like a Hoist Trailbreaker like fusion. He has the Trailbreaker eyes and kind of like the face, but the vehicle mode just says Hoist. We got Medics in the middle. He's like the only one who's really based off his own thing. You can tell like he's probably some nerdy kid. He's turns to an ambulance. And then on the next we got Wedge. Wedge or is it Edge? Oh jeez. It looks like I messed up. Is there a way I can just look it up? Wedge, I was right. I was like, wait, that's Star Wars. Wedge is Star Wars. Nope, I guess so. So there's Wedge, who is based off the Transformers Robots in Disguise 2001 cartoon, where he is also Bulldozer, and he has like the same kind of orange too. So he's the Boulder of the group. That's the only character I remember his name, Boulder. And what's the fire truck's name? Hotspot, Hot Inferno. I don't forgot his name. There's that, and then the last right here, last one in the line before I talk to the main character here. There's Whirl, who Whirl is the girl. Ha ha, it rhymes. I saw people online freaking out about it because like, oh, you can't make Whirl a girl. Whirl's a psychopath. Like if you don't know the the thing about Whirl in the comics, he is a crazy psychopath who is just insane, and like he murdered so many people. He's he's the Deadpool of of Transformers comics. If Deadpool was like if World did fourth wall breaking, he'd be Deadpool like that. But so now of course, I just realized I'm doing some weird things with my computer. I'm still screen sharing, huh? Boy, I am the best. Okay. But yeah, so there's that. The World's a girl, and no one really cares about that stuff, honestly. I mean, I don't, but people are freaking out about it. And then the main guy here, is Hotshot, which is Transformers Armada Hotshot, which I guess is cool. Everyone loves Hotshot. He's the coolest kid around. I'm pretty sure the show's not going to make any jokes about Jam. If this show makes a Jam joke for Hotshot, if you don't know what that is, go on TF Wiki and look up Jam. You'll find exactly what I'm talking about. Like the hardcore Transformers fans know what I'm talking about for Hotshot and Jam. If there is no Jam joke, if there is a Jam joke, I will watch the entire series. You can tell me right now. So if it happens, like you hear from me, I'll watch the entire series if they make a Jam joke. Otherwise, I'm not touching the series. I don't watch Rescue Bots, which I think Rescue Bots is now it's like the what is it? The longest running? Not longest running. It has the most episodes for a Transformers show, I believe. I mean, I wish it wasn't. Just like Rescue Bots, it's not really a Transformers show. It's no Decepticons. Anyway, I'm just making conversation of this dumb show. All right, so there's that for the shows. Let me just check my my go-to list here of news. Yeah, that's it. Thank God. All right, next we got for news is the movies. But first, let me go ahead and check that chat. Make sure there's any questions I can answer. Let me just get these out of the way. Out of the way. Gun knuckles. All right, stop screening here. Alrighty, let's see. Let's check this chat. Chat it. All right. So yeah, all right, yeah, nothing big, nothing crazy in the chat here. Just people coming in and out. So there's that for the chat. Because no one likes me. No one wants to say anything. Anyway, so let's go into some movie news. So as we all know, the Bumblebee movie is still a big thing. Let me just go ahead and get that back to screen share here. Ooh, all right, hey. So as we know, the Bumblebee movie is a big thing. We haven't talked about this last time last time we did TFTC. So I guess I'll talk about it now. It's not really news at this point. We've been known about it for like a month, but I just want to mention it. Is that the Bumblebee movie is wrapped up. There's the really know if it's like a work in progress logo, or if that's the real deal. But there's that, and they gave us a little like logo for the Bumblebee movie head. He has like it's just Bumblebee's head, but you can tell that his helmet has like the middle like pillar looking thing is it's like the trunk, or I guess the trunk, because Volkswagen Beetle's trunk's in the front. It's the trunk of the Volkswagen Beetle. It's like that for the front part of the helmet, which is, it makes sense. It's cool. It's funny. He's a Volkswagen. But yeah, there's that. The movie's finished. There's been articles talking about how like Travis Knight, the director, is saying that the past movies were all about action. This one's all about character, which I'm okay with that. I would way prefer a movie like, if there's like less action and more character, then that's great. As long as there is action, like you can't just have a Transformers movie about a girl in her car talking to each other about like drama. Like there's no like nothing really happens in the like that's what the Transformers is all about. It's all about action. Like you gotta like there has to be something to fight for, but yeah, if it means like we lose two fighting scenes for character to develop, then hey, I'm perfectly fine with that. I believe they still confirmed there's like 4 Transformers in the movie. There's been a lot of talk about Barricade being in it because there's this toy fair coming out in near the end of this month, like January 31st to February 4th, I believe. It's somewhere. It's some kind of toy convention or a toy fair, and they're going to reveal some Bumblebee the movie stuff, which is crazy because the movie doesn't come out for another year. And so it's going to. And one of the toys that they revealed was for Barricade. So people are saying that Barricade's in the movie. I mean, he could be. I mean, he has like it's all. It's a good point. Well, Barricade and Bumblebee are rivals. I can't. Do I even say? Can I say rivals? Because the first movie they were rivals only because they fought in the movie. So everyone's like, oh, the rivals. The video games are the rivals. The comics are the rivals. Just because they fought in a fight scene in one movie, and then they never like really fought in the 5th one. Like, I mean, they chased each other. I don't know. Barricade has a weird rap for showing up and then disappearing, then showing up again and disappearing. Do I want Barricade to be in the movie? Yes, as long as they don't fucking change his body. Make it the first movie body and stick with it. Don't do it like if he shows up in the 5th movie body without no explanation why he switches and goes back. Oh fuck, that's gonna people gonna be hella pissed, including me. But there's that for the Bumblebee movie. It's finished filming, new logo, trailer. We don't know when the trailer will be out. It won't come out for another year. So like usually for a Transformers movie, the trailer would first show up in February for the Super Bowl, and then a legit trailer between late March to early April. But with this movie being way later than usual, I probably don't see a teaser for probably till June, maybe May. But then again, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Paramount's going to want to like hype this movie up because this is it. This is the game changer. It's going to be the big movie that it's going to be. It's a different movie. It's a different thing, different director, different writers. So who knows? I'm going to say early May. If we get in the Super Bowl, wow, they're really pushing for it for marketing for a movie that come out in the year. So there's that for the movies. Nothing else big. I guess also we should probably talk about the fact that because as of right now, they still confirmed that Transformers 6 comes out in 2019, next year. So, I mean, do you guys think that Transformers 6 will start filming this year? Because it should. If it comes out next year, they should be filming it this summer. Because they said that Transformers 6 comes out in summer 2019. So obviously, like every other Transformers movie in the summer, they film it the year before and the summer. So, like, we could be getting Transformers 6 like set pictures for like the Transformers sequel that's after the sequel that they're making, or I guess the prequel they're making. Like it's like I don't know. Like I hope they stay the runtime, like they stay June 2019, because that means we would get a Bumblebee movie and then a Transformers 6 movie straight up 6 months after that. Oh, that would be awesome. You have no idea. But so what do you guys think? Do you guys think they're going to film it still on the schedule they said they would, or do you think they're gonna be a little like they're probably like? Do you think they're gonna like just be like, oh, like we're focusing on the Bumblebee movie, so let's wait on Transformers 6 after that movie's out and stuff. So then we'll do it. We're gonna decide to do 2020 instead. So what do you guys think on that one? I'm gonna go ahead and give us some time to look at the chat. See if anyone's any questions or anything here. Otherwise, it seems to be could be a really short podcast here. All right. We got some new guys here. That's some guy thinks I'm TFA. I mean, I ain't though. Surprise. Sorry, Polly Skits. It's not TFA. It's Cybergraptor. We got Computronus Prime. Nice to see you. I think I've seen you before in some chats before. Let's see. So, he's saying that the first trailer for the movie will be in July. That sounds about right. I was saying May, and I was just bet even my like that May. That'd be like what was that 6 months in advance. He also thinks that Barricade is not going to have his first movie body. Well, they could be a whole new body by itself. Who knows? Here we got so you also think that Michael Bay is the sexist and people Transformers like an IDW. That is probably right. I mean, who knows? We got SGJ. Well, that's all right. SJG Prime Productions. Nice to see you. I think they'll wait after they got some reviews for the film before we move on to Transformers 6. See, that's what that's probably it too. Like, because they've been so quiet for Transformers 6. Every time there's been 2 articles since, and both are saying that they're saying, oh, like Transformers 6 is gonna be a new movie. It's gonna be a whole new thing. That's all they say. It's like, oh, it's gonna be something new. It's gonna be something different. And then they stop there. So I'm guessing that they're not gonna show anything. Like it's its own thing. Like it's gonna be. Like I don't want to wait. I honestly just want Transformers 5 and Bumblebee and Transformers 6, hopefully to take place after Transformers 5, and then be done. Just end it. Wait like 5 years. Keep your Hasbro Cinematic Universe going. Do the Micronauts, the GI Joes, do ROM, and then put the remake the Transformers into that universe and have a cinematic universe of Transformers, ROM, GI Joe, Micronauts, Mask. Just do that. Like, just end this franchise. It's obviously failing. Unless that's the thing. Unless the Bowling movie is good, if that's a good reviews, then the franchise is back on full start. Which means we'll have to just forget about all the past movies, and they'll probably retcon everything and change the continuity. It's a lot. Oh boy, there's a lot of. The Transformers movies are bad. Look, I have a whole. I'm not going to talk about the Transformers movies anymore. That's literally I can talk about the movies all day, but I'm not going to. It's time to get back into the news. Which is funny because now back in the news is going to talk about the toys, and it's obviously Transformers movie related. Let me go ahead and move into here my little toys images thing here. Sorry, I'm not professional. Nope, not professional. Heyo. Okay, so the biggest toy review news today is that we got a first look as of yesterday. Am I right? Or maybe as of yesterday. We have our first look at Transformers movie masterpiece Ironhide. And he looks great. He's fully he looks accurate. The weapons are like out. He can move his mouth. He has like this awesome it's just, the proportions were great. They showed a picture with him next to Bumblebee and it looks great. They even got his eye thing weird. Like he has his eyes is one's kind of like one's open normally and the other one's kind of like squinting, like he's got punched in the face. He's a black eye or something, but he looks great. I didn't realize. I don't know if I'm even if my screen share is even working. I hope it is. I hope so. Otherwise, it's all kind of silly. This whole time I could be saying, "Oh, screen sharing," but no one's seeing it because I don't see my screen share at all. I don't see. I'm looking at the live chat here, and I'm looking at the video here. And I don't see anything. Oh, geez, I have been black this whole time. Oh, it looks like I'm black this whole time. What the heck happened? Dang, I don't know why it's not showing me. So I guess I was screen sharing for a second, but now it's not screen sharing. Well, that's pretty gay. Let me see if I can figure out why that is. Put you guys, if I'm screen sharing, put it in the chat. That's professional, right? Oh, that's why I put hide. Oh, geez. Is sharing your screen with no, don't hide. I put that a long time ago. That's right. Silly me. No, am I screen sharing now? I'm the best. I'm the best streamer. Oh, I'm the best. I must have these pictures up. No, don't stop sharing. Don't hide either. This is good. This is good. You can see my pictures, right? No, you probably can't see my pictures. Silly me. I'm the worst. Well then I guess you might have to just take my word for it. If not, go ahead and Google, TF 2005 Transformers movie masterpiece Ironhide, and then just look it up. Because I had pictures here, but now you can't see them probably because I pressed like the wrong thing, obviously. So there's that. So yeah. So he has this, from what the pictures I'm looking at, he has he's from great proportions in character and built, very accurate. Like it's the most accurate movie Ironhide to date. I think the most before this figure would probably be movie. I want to say movie like the Leader Class Ironhide from Transformers 3. They did Leader Class Ironhide. I actually, which I don't own. I never owned any like Ironhide figures except that one. So like from my experience, like that's the only like accurate one I can think of. Otherwise, like this figure looks amazing. Like I'm not much of a collector, but this is like I am gonna collect the movie masterpiece line. I do have movie masterpiece Bumblebee, and I am gonna get movie masterpiece Optimus Prime. I technically did have movie masterpiece Starscream, but in the form of the Hunt of the Decepticons Leader Class Starscream, because it's technically the same figure, which it deserves the masterpiece like toy like design, because it deserves the word masterpiece because it was a masterpiece. It was a perfect representation of both figures. But yeah, this is a great figure. Looks good. I'm sorry you guys can't see it probably. Oh, I'm the worst. But so we have that going for you. It has the truck mode. The only thing I'm having trouble with the truck mode is that there's this panel kind of popping in and out. Like it looks like it's probably a bad production image. This panel's kind of like weird. It's on the door. It's kind of like bent. Like it looks like crappy. Also, the weapons are out, which I don't know. Like it's I don't know what's up. Like it's I'm not a fan of vehicle like weapon storage unless it works. It makes sense. Like this one, like the image I'm seeing, the weapons are kind of just like hanging under his truck. I don't know. It's just silly looking, and like I'm just hopefully they can be detached. I mean, I don't know reason why they wouldn't be. Oh, you can just detach them, and then you can just put them on the side and just display the vehicle like that. But yeah, that's the big thing that happened yesterday. Looks great. Do we now have? And then that's movie MPM 6, MPM 5. Oh, that's right. I forgot. He also has this. Ironhide is like the one. It's kind of funny that the pictures they use. One of the pictures they had to promote was the fact that he could open his mouth. Like he can like go or like he can laugh or do he can make a funny joke. He can. I don't know. He's just making a funny joke. I don't know what's the big point of showing a picture that he can open his mouth. I guess you can give him in an R position or like a position where he's trying to, I don't know, talk about his taxes and why the rate's too damn high. There's that. That's good for Ironhide. Let me just go. Where's my other thing? I guess what am I even right-clicking the images for? No one can see them. There's that. So also there's we didn't talk about this like much last time, but there's official images for movie masterpiece 5 Barricade, which is the first movie design, which looks amazing. Like they gave him like the saw wheel hand thingy. Let's check the chat here just for 1 second. Let's see here. Actually, let's make sure. I'm hoping someone was kind of helping me out saying that. Oh yeah, you can see my pictures. Okay, I guess not. But yeah, with with barricades out and the images look great. Once again, like his vehicle mode's kind of weird. Like the panels kind of like are like you can see the panel where his arm is where his arm is and where like the other part of his body is. Like it's totally like it's like a big crack. You can see like where it takes out. Like it's you can tell it just doesn't blend in right. Other than that, the robot mode looks amazing. Like it's the best Barricade movie one figure, obviously. And there's that. So that's cool. The movie masterpiece figures. So there's that. And for Power of the Primes, there's what I'm trying to think of here. Sorry, I'm really bad at segueing into the next topic. So that's it for movie masterpiece toy line. Segue. There it is. That's my segue. for Power of the Primes. It's the Generations toy line. It just came out. It's big. It's new. It's all about the whoopsie, brain fart here. It's all about like pretty much the whole thing. The gimmick is that these small characters, small dudes called Prime Masters, they can turn into like a little matrix, and then you can plug them into your robots, and then they can do stuff. I guess like they don't like do stuff as the toys. You just gotta imagine that they're powered up. And all these little Prime Masters are the original 13 Primes, except Optimus. Spoiler, not spoiler. He's the 13th Prime. And so yeah, I mean that's kind of cool. Like right now, Wave 1 should be in your stores, which consists of the deluxes of what's the deluxe? It's Jazz, either Dreadwind or Darkwing, one of those two, and then Slug and Swoop for deluxes. For Voyagers, you're gonna get a Starscream or Grimlock. Leader class should be Optimus Prime and Rodimus, I believe. And then also there's a Legends class for Slash and I want to say Beachcomber and Windcharger and Shark and was it Shrapnel or Shrapnel. I could be wrong on that one. Like for the Voyagers, I know I'm correct, and for Leader class, I know I'm correct. And deluxes, I can't remember if it was Darkwing or Dreadwing or a lot of names. But yeah, so there's that. Those are for Wave 1. I personally am hunting for Dinobots only. I really don't care about anyone else. Maybe Leader Optimus Prime. It does look really pretty good as both Orion Pax and Optimus Prime. But I'm hunting for only for that good old the Dinobots. The Grimlock looks so great. He's his tail's kind of like chubby, but it doesn't matter in Dinobot mode. But the robot mode's great. Both Slag and Swoop look amazing. Well, I guess he's Slug now, huh? That's gonna take a while. So there's that. Obviously we don't have enough to make Volcanicus. You still need to wait for Wave 2 for Sludge and Snarl. But that's stuff I can wait for. So there's that for Power of the Primes. I don't even know which Prime Masters are out now. I believe Vector Prime and Liege Maximo are out. Or I could be wrong. I think also Vector 6. Alpha Trion may be out, but I'm not entirely sure. That's my fault. Honestly, I'm not the best at this news. Whoopsie. Maybe I'm not qualified to do this. Probably not. But there's that for your Power of the Prime news. What Power of Prime figures are you guys looking forward to? Tell me in that chat description. What are you guys interested in? Are you guys interested in the Deluxes, the Voyagers? What are you gonna buy? What have you already bought? Tell me in the chat as I continue talking. Which, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna check the chat right now. And also maybe figure out how to get my pictures to show, because I missed that. Let's see here. Present to everyone. Yes, you're a screw. You're our screen sharing and presenting to everyone. Does that mean anything? Does that mean I'm screen sharing it? Am I doing it, Eddie? No, probably not. Okay, so let's see the chat here. Let's see here. Cumbitron said that. Let's see here. Let me just go ahead and just give a second right here. Cumbitronus Prime says that there was a hint that the submarine that Cade and Vivian Cogman are in last night was a female Transformer with no name, and have a theory that the submarine could have been Nautica from IDW. Oh, that's pretty cool. I would love that. Someone should make fan art of that submarine in robot mode. That'd be amazing. SJG says that I'm actually really glad that it's just B in a few cons, because besides it has me not spending too much on figures. Very true. It allows for more actual characters to develop. Once again, very true. Good point. Now, I don't have to buy a whole list of characters wait, I remember when Revenge of the Fallen came out. When Revenge of the Fallen came out, it was so many Transformers to buy. It was intense. Not just like characters on screen, but also like they were making like characters that were just in the comics or just there to make toys, and that was insane. But yeah, see here, Company says that Masterpiece Ironhide. One question: Where is his Windows? What is that supposed to mean? Like, do you not have Windows? I mean, his car doesn't have Windows. I don't know what you're talking about. Shocked Optimus Prime died in the final. Whoa, hold on there, Alex K9. Once again, nice to meet you, but we're talking about that later in the video. Last part of the video we're talking about is Titans Returns. Right after I check these chats. Well, is it bad that you bought All Way 1 for Maximus Prime? Is that right? That's his name you want me to call him by? So Maximus Prime has already bought All Way 1. Hey, good for you. That's great. I'm glad that you I bet they're enjoying all the figures. I hope you are. I mean, I don't know. Prowl 1005 Top Motion Master says, "What's going on?" Well, you just stopped into the middle of a news segments of me talking about what's going on right now in the franchise for Transformers. Nice to see you. Stick around. Oh, it's Marvelous. It's Marvelous Prime. Sorry, everyone. It's Marvelous Prime. Marvelous Prime has bought All Way 1. What do you think? Are they all awesome? I want to get Slag and I want to get Swoop. That's all I want. Alex, I was thinking what I think of Volcanicus. I think he's great. I love the head the most of all. The head is very IDW Grimlock looking with like a crown. I think it's great. Like his the chest, like Grimlock as a chest kind of looks weird and funky, but it's like nothing like too bad. But like really, my big thing I'm trying to figure out is it's like what is it? I'm trying to figure out like who should I put who in like the body. I don't know where to put. The only person I figured, I don't know why, but I want Swoop to be the left arm. I don't know why. Like I was driving to work thinking that I'm like, I don't know who I want to be, but I want to make sure that Swoop is an arm, left arm specifically. Maybe because I'm left-handed. But I always think of when I think of flyers in when there's a combiner and he has a flyer, he has to be an arm. I don't know why. Like Bruticus, both arms are flyers, and I think it's the same way for Defensor. But yeah, that's weird. Here Marvelous is saying that Rodimus is a disappointment. That sucks. And that he likes Lexus. The Voyagers are along with leader Optimus Prime, but he hates Rodimus. All right, well, that's a fair everyone. That's from one person's opinion that he doesn't like Rodimus. Do you guys own Rodimus? Do you think he's great, or are you agreeing with him, or are you just not going to buy him? I'm just going to wait for Rodimus Unicronus. All right, so that's it for that. I really wish I could figure out why I can't screen share. It's really bumming me out, my dudes. It's really bumming me out. It's really bad, actually. I don't know why I can't screen share. Okay, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop screen sharing here. I don't know why. I'm gonna open. Oh, I opened up some weird settings here. Okay, go back. Entire screen. Share. Google is starting sharing a screen. That's great. Keep it up. I don't know why it's not doing it because there's this funny image. This funny image I want to show you guys of the Ironhide movie. Ironhide, where he kind of looks like he's like yapping his mouth. But I guess I can't do that now. This is all pointless now, huh? So I guess we should talk about the main thing in our review here, and that is Transformers Titan Returns. As of yesterday, it has finished up with the last episode. All 10 episodes are finished, and it's all done. If you guys don't know about me, my opinions on Combiner Wars, I think it was lame. And not so cool. And Titans Returns is pretty much it's like the older brother Combiner Wars. Like it's longer, I think. Yeah. And like it's somewhat better in some things, and it's just as bad in other ways. Like I don't know, the whole body. Maybe we should just talk episode to episode. I can pull them all up here on my phone here. But let me just figure that out here. Let's see the episodes here. I wish I can figure out why I'm not screen sharing. Sorry, I'm still on that. I'm still on that. I don't know why I can't not screen share. Darn those screen sharing. Let's see here. Let me check the chat here. Is TFA okay? I think I answered this last time, but yeah, he's okay. He's just not feeling well. He's just his eye hurts or something like that. He's not like it's not like he's losing an eye and at the hospital and dying and gasping. He's just not feeling okay. And he's also Marvel's also asking, do I have a Google Hangouts? I do. That's why I'm using the stream. I don't know why it's not sharing my screens. Sorry. Got a lot of control here. So where was I? Oh yes, Times Returns. Let me get this episode listing here. Times Returns. TF Wiki. Yep, I'm using TF Wiki to look up my episodes. Times Returns, the series, cartoon, episode list. Blues and Legged. Well, it was. Let me something weird instead. There we go. Episode list. First episode, Aftermath and Rebirth. The main thing that happens in this episode is that that Hot Rod pretty much like it's the end. It starts off right where Combiner Wars ends. Which, if you got for a little recap of ending of Combiner Wars, Starscream pretty much becomes a combiner by like he takes the Enigma combination and all these combiners around him, and he becomes a ultra combiner. Like his left arm, like his arms and legs are combiners, and he's in the middle. He becomes this big abomination, and it's too much power for him, and he starts vomiting beams and blowing up the city. And then Windblade uses Metroplex to stop him. So a giant arm raises from the ground, he crushes Starscream, he dies. And they're like, oh wow, like we stopped Starscream, but it seems the Titans have returned. And it's like, oh man, because we have to wait another year for that show. Years gone by, Time Returns is out. The cast has grown better. Some characters stay the same, but like their acting has gone better. Like Megatron's okay, Windblade's okay. I'm still not a fan of the actress for the Mistress of Flame. She got a little bit better, but like there's some scenes I'm like, that's lame. They got bigger actors in this series. We got Will Wheaton and we got Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime, which you can tell he didn't like really record. Like he's not there throughout the entirety of the series. Like he's there from the beginning and he's there near the end, and that's it. Like you can tell like his paycheck was small, but at least he was there for a paycheck. Poor, but not also like sucks. Not sucks for what's the other guy? The other guy who voiced Optimus Prime in the first series. I forgot his name. John Bailey. I'm not a fan of John Bailey, so I'm not sad to see him go. I'm also, I'm not. It doesn't suck that he's back. Like it's, he's lame. Yeah, Peter Cullen's back, but obviously not for long. I'm trying to think who else shows up. Some like what is it? I'm trying to think. Something happens in the first episode. That happens, right? Oh yeah, Hot Rod. Hot Rod is he's pretty much like, I don't know, I guess he just feels bad, or he feels like he's not worthy of the Matrix, so he gives up the Matrix to this temple, the Primes, and it's just like, and literally the Prime's just like, why do you not want the Matrix? Like, I don't feel worthy. Fine. And then he just kind of sends the Matrix out into this temple, and then he becomes Hot Rod again. Which he's voiced by Judd Nelson in the series, so yeah, Judd Nelson is back, and like, I don't know what happened to him, man. He didn't really deliver these lines well. Like he's a great actor, but these lines weren't like, they're kind of shitty. He wasn't really a good actor in this one. Unfortunate. But yeah, so Rodimus is now Hot Rod. He's like, I'm Hot Rod. I don't care about anything. I'm a cool kid. I'm a cool cat driving around the streets, and like everyone's just like, hey Rodimus, we need your help. He's like, yeah, dude, no problem, dude. I'm totally ready to help you out. He's like, they're like, what? Why do you have to like that? So there's that. That's pretty much how the episode ends. Like, and also probably should mention the fact that Starscream is a ghost, and he is unwillfully put into the chest of Metroplex, and like he pretty much. I'm sorry, did I say Metroplex? Trypticon. He is unwillfully put into the body of Trypticon, and he starts rampaging the city. And all the Autobots are like, oh, geez, Trypticon's in the city. Which I say all the Autobots in the city, I mean like 5. This city really seems like abandoned. You can like when the Metroplex wakes up to fight Trypticon, like the city's all open, like it's a big open gapping space, and it's kind of like where is everyone? Like the only people here in this entire city are like Perceptor, the Mistress of Flame, and like Megatron and Optimus and Windblade. That's literally like everyone that's there. It feels so empty. Like where's Bumblebee? Like where's Ironhide? Where's Wheeljack? Where's Soundwave? Like where is everyone? This place is so desolated. Desolated? Delusited? Is that even a word? It's empty. The place is empty. So there's that. That's the first episode, and whatever. And then like I guess I shouldn't have to go every episode to episode. I'm not gonna go the entire series. pretty much Windblade. Windblade talks to Metroplex. Metroplex says, "Hey, I'm gonna fight Terpticon, but I'm gonna fail because I'm not strong enough." Terpticon is OP, even though he walks like Godzilla. He's like very slow. They're both slow characters. They're both causing a lot of chaos. Also, and then out of nowhere, the combiners fire this rocket that has the Green Ranger in it, and he's a Titan Master, but he never like does any Titan. Like a Titan Master, the toys were like little dudes that turned to heads of Transformers that would link into, and they would like they can, I don't know, do something. I don't really know. Like they weren't. I guess they weren't headmasters, but they kind of were headmasters. Anyway, this dude, what's his name? Oh my god, I forgot his name. It's so forgettable. All I know is that he's voiced by the Green Ranger, Jason David Frank. He's not Sovereign. Sovereign's someone else. Pretty much this little Titan Master like shows up. Maybe if I go online, maybe I should probably read this stuff here. Nope. He goes up and he powers up Metroplex for a second, and then but they both fail anyway, and like pretty much Metroplex dies, and Decepticon's still going on, walking like Godzilla. Emissary. His name is Emissary. Oh geez, that's my fault, guys. Yeah, Emissary tries to save Metroplex, but fucking doesn't work. Doesn't anything. But you know, and there's a lot of like stuff happens in the show. Like, a lot of dumb stuff. Like the combiners are all together and they're all voiced by the same guys, except some other like Combitron is voiced by Matt Pat from the Game Theory. Like which that doesn't seem right. But the combiners are like still there. Victorion still has a thing of combination, and like they have a little tussle with Megatron. That was kind of a cool fight. There are cool fights. Oh shit, I forgot to mention. Overlord shows up in this show. And boy, I have a big problem with Overlord because he has like this really dumb accent. Like he has what is it? It's like a Southern Kentucky accent. Like he sounds like Foghorn Leghorn, and he does like he kind of boasts his like that he's like so strong to Mistress of Flame, and like he literally like Mistress of Flame is she's doing these weird ass jutsus. Like she's fucking doing the Shadow Clone Jutsu from Naruto, and she's hitting him with his hammer and summoning like little turrets to fire at him, and it just does nothing to him. And like he pretty much kills her, and it's like fuck, like this guy's cool and all. It doesn't like but like the accent just really throws me off. Also, he has lips. That's pretty important. I'm glad he has the lips to you know, because if you guys don't know about IDW comics, because he's really big in IDW comics. Overlord is a really like a strong character in the universe there, and he has these big, just smacking lips. And I'm glad they transferred that from the comics into the show, because thank God, because you know otherwise he ain't my Overlord. So there's that. I'm trying to think what else happens. It's pretty crazy. Like the show is very like it's eventful, but also boring at the same time. Nothing happens yet. A lot of stuff happens. I will say for the fight scene between the Mistress of Flame and Overlord, it was actually pretty good. Like it was kind of like a mistake. Like hold on, well, this guy must have messed up. It's a good scene in the show. Whoa, watch out. But I'm also like saying a fight scene is good in this show is saying like it's okay, and like in full like opinion. Like there are some scenes in the show that are like, wow, that's actually kind of cool. But right now, all I can think of is the scene with the fight between Overlord and Mistress of Flame, and there's a fight between Victorion and Triptychon that was pretty cool too. Otherwise, everything else is kind of lame and dumb and boring. But yeah, the show overall was okay. Like, you know, I'm trying to think what else happens next. Triptychon, like, Fortress Maximus shows up, but he's also kind of a pacifist. He doesn't really want to fight, but he says he will if he has to. It's like, you know, so Fortress Maximus is coming into the fight. Optimus Prime. There's a scene where Optimus Prime pulls out his gun and fires these like 4 shots that start blowing up at like his back, and like he's a city transformer, and this guy, one gun is firing at him and blowing up. Like Jesus Christ, Optimus Prime, bring out that gun just like next time, just kill everyone next time, okay? Like just start with that. But then later on, he shoots his gun like later in the series and does nothing. Like okay, that's fair, that's fine, I guess. It's not. I'm trying, like, you know, it's hard like to keep track of what happened in the show because like they're all 10 minutes long, and like it's just like nothing happens in each episode, but yet somewhat happens. Like the combiners use the Enigma combination to combine with Victorion, so now she's the ultimate combiner, kind of like Starscream was in the end of Combiner Wars. She fights Tripticon, but fails. Like Perceptor's kind of the show, but he does really nothing. All he does is talk, and he carries the Matrix, not in his chest. He just carries it around because, like, you know, with Rodimus discarding the Matrix, Optimus Prime's like, whoa, what the fuck? Why the fuck would he do that? And he goes to the Temple of the Primes. He asks, hey, can I hold the Matrix again? And they're just like, okay. Like, it's like as if it'd be like if I could walk in there, like, hey, can I take this? And they'd just be like, yeah, sure, go ahead. They'll probably give it to anyone. They'll probably give it to, like, the Rat Trap, or they'll give it to Emissary or anyone. They can give it to anyone. So it's just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of silly. He takes the Matrix. He becomes Optimus Prime again, even though he kind of was already in the beginning with. And then he gives it to Perceptor, and Perceptor kind of walks away with it, and he's like, wait, I can do something better. And then the show ends with Tripticon eating Victorion, the Enigma combination, Perceptor, and the Matrix leadership. It's too much power for him, so he throws it all the way up and dies. Like, he's just like, oh, too much power. Like, I ate too much, barfs it up, and falls over. Like, the Ghost of Starscream, like, he's like, like, I'm defeated. Like, this is, like, I'm dead, or like, I've been defeated and I'm okay with it. Like, this is a sweet release for me. And then he flies up in the air. I think he's officially dead. I hope so. I didn't really like his voice either. And then, like, so the series is somewhat over, and then, like, out of nowhere, Megatronus comes out of nowhere, voiced by Mark Hamill, which is pretty cool. And he's like, it's me, I'm the Fallen. Like, I'm a plan for the Matrix and the Enigma combination. Beware the power of the Primes. Spooky. See you next year. And then, like, he shoots Optimus Prime in the chest. Optimus Prime dies, and then literally the show ends like that. Like, oh shit, Megatron is back, Optimus is dead, and Megatron is, I guess, the leader of the Autobots now. The show's really wonky, but, like, there are some scenes where it really was good, but there are some scenes where really just as bad. So is it better? What do you guys think? What's your guys' opinions? Do you think Titans Returns is better than Combiner Wars, or do you think it's just as shit? Do you think this whole show is shit? Are you guys excited for Power of the Primes, the series? Because I know I kind of am. They revealed that Ron Perlman is voicing Optimus Primal. Mark Hamill's returning for Megatronus. Someone's voicing Solus Prime, so she's in it. I don't know if they're going to show all 13 Primes. I hope so. Like, Megatronus' design in this show was kind of weird. It was very, like, 1970s anime mech looking. He had this weird looking crown, and he had his design was very, like, bland. Like, I would expect it to be very, like, I don't know, his first depiction where he was all, like, on fire, and he had, like, this cool like face plate that, like, spewed fire out. Like, it was really cool. So what do you guys think about Titans Returns? Let me check the chat here. Let me just go ahead and stop screen sharing, even though, like, I can't screen share to begin with. So here we got here in the chat. Let's see what I'm missing here. Chat here. Titans Returns show. I didn't even bother watching it. Perfect. Okay, good. I didn't even watch it. Probably not even watching this right now. I couldn't bear watching after Combiner Wars. That's fair. Combiner Wars sucked. He's asking, are you excited for the Power of the Prime show? Because I am just only because of Optimus Primal, which is fair. Am I excited for it? Yeah, well, I mean, like, I'm excited. I'm excited to shit on it because I know that's what I'm gonna do, unless they bust out, like, the good animation. And I don't know, like, Greg Berger's back with Grimlock, and who else is back? Like, Matt Pat's gonna be back, but he's gonna be voicing someone else. I think he's voicing a Swoop. The voice of Starscream is gonna be voicing Sludge. Someone else is voicing Slug, I think, but there's no voice for Snarl. I don't know, I'm somewhat excited for the Power of the Primes. Like, it's just like, I don't know, this show kind of silly. Also, I forgot to mention that they tease Rodimus Unicronus in the end, because Overlord gives him something. He gives him like something in his chest, like some dark energy, and he becomes, like, purple Hot Rod. And I don't know, that's kind of silly. And this show just wasn't right. It was a weird show. Yeah. So what do you guys think of? What do you guys think? Like, in my opinion, overall, Titans Returns was I can't wait to see it on my Blu-ray special features for Bumblebee the movie, just like they did for Transformers the Last Night. For those who don't know, if you have Transformers Last Night, I think if you buy it from Target, there's a special bonus feature where you can have Transformers Combiner Wars. Like, so that's which is one of the reasons why I bought Transformers Last Night on Target. At Target, I mean, because it's a bad show, but as a fan of the franchise, if that means if I buy this movie just to own another movie, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna need to rewatch Combiner Wars. I haven't seen Combiner Wars since I watched it, like when it was coming out weekly. So I need to rewatch that. Maybe I will feel less shitty about it. Maybe I'll feel more shitty about it. I don't know. So that's it. There's that. Yeah, that's all news so far. I'm sorry that my screen share thing got messed up in the middle of the video. I don't know what happened to it. Literally, it was working fine, and then it just stopped. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. I had a lot of pictures to show, but in the end, what does it even matter? That's a song from Linkin Park. Well, I guess that's the end of the video, huh? There's not much to talk about. So thank you all for watching. Unless the chat goes on, and there's no one in the chat, then yeah, there really is no reason to go on, because you guys would keep the show going. That's it for the podcast, I guess. What do you guys think of the shows? Did you guys have any comments? Go ahead and put them in the comment section, because by the time you're watching this, if you're watching this and the live stream's not going on, well, then it's just no comments. It's just open a comment. So let's see. There's some chat going on there. Someone's saying that Mark Hamill's Megatronus. That is right. Mark Hamill's Megatronus. Luke Skywalker, the man. He's the dude. The Joker. He did a great job. I heard it too. Like when I saw the last episode and I heard the voice, I'm like, that's totally Mark Hamill, right? But I wasn't really convinced, because like Mark Hamill wouldn't go as low as the record for a Machinima series for Transformers, right? Oh, never mind. He did. Oh well then. God, Ron Perlman going low as the record of Machinima series is Ron Perlman. God, they think they gave him like $12, probably, the voice Optimus Primal. Like, this all it's worth. All right. Anyway, sorry, I'm talking too much now. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Sorry again for the screen sharing. Next video will probably be with Michael. Michael will probably make his own video about Titans Returns and review. Thank you all for watching. I'll see y'all later. You have a good time. And keep watching the show. This is the only place where your entertainment gets transformed. You gotta enjoy your day. See you guys later.